Okay, good evening, everyone. Will will Caleb Plant have a chance now to beat Canelo under ex top level A fighter Andre Ward? My answer is no. Reason for this is because they have 2 months until the fight, and I just don't think that. I mean, 2 months is really not going to improve. It's not really going to help them too much. Andre Ward. I mean, yeah, this change in game does add. It will add something to Caleb's arsenal. He's going to learn some new tricks here and there, but I mean, again, it's 2 months, and on, at one point, I thought Andre Ward would be the only fighter out there that would beat Canelo. Maybe about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I thought about this. I said, you know what? If Andre Ward comes back to the game, he'll be about the only one I believe that would be legitimately be able to beat Canelo. However, I just keep seeing Canelo improve more, and he just keeps improving. And at 30 years of age, he has just accomplished so much in the sport versus Ward, where Ward accomplished so much also at 30. And even when he left the sport, I believe at 33, if I'm not mistaken, 32 or 33. Uh, Ward was, again, just a great fighter. He was a great fighter. And even if he was to go back to boxing, he would do extremely great. I just don't think he would be now. Even if he had like one to two tune-up fights, even if he was to magically turn into the Ward, the last time he was like the Ward that beat Kovalev the second time, even if that was to magically happen, I just don't see it anymore. So with that said, I just don't. He's gonna train someone that's of a lesser opponent. It's someone that I definitely don't think has a chance against Canelo. But I mean, he himself, I don't think he could beat Canelo now. So it just would not make a big difference. Um, and on top of that, it's not like Ward is the one that's going to step into the ring and get the job done. Again, this will add arsenal to Caleb Plant. And I think it's to his credit. I think it is something good. I'm not gonna hate on Caleb for this. I'm not gonna bash on him. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this guy. I'm not gonna envy on the guy. I'm not gonna hate on him because I'm rooting for Canelo to beat him. Actually, I keep going back and forth. I don't know. At one point I wanted Caleb to beat Canelo. Then at another point, I mean, by now I choose Canelo to beat him. I'm favoring Canelo, but this is regarding favoritism. Uh, but logically speaking, I never had Caleb Plant beating Canelo. When they made the fight, I was actually when they were making the fight, like last month, I was straight up hating on Canelo. And yeah, wishful thinking. I would hope this guy would beat Canelo, but even then, it's not there. It's not going to happen. This will add Arsenal again, but even now today, I just don't see Ward beating Canelo. I don't really see anyone beating Canelo, to be honest. Unless maybe he goes up to. Let's see. Let's see what. Yeah, it looks like they're doing something together. And you know what? Ward still looks pretty good. He does. I don't know how old is he now, 36, 37, but he still looks in good shape. Um, and they even brought Virgil Hunter to the team. And Virgil Hunter, he's great. He's a great trainer. But outside of Ward, I think he's a bit of a hit or miss. I think he trained that guy Barrios. Uh, I was gonna say Jorge. I don't know if that was his name. No, but yeah, he trained Barrios, the guy that fought Tank Davis, and even though that Barrios guy did pretty good, ultimately they were not able to pull it off. So yeah. In this case, Caleb Plant is gonna get help from these guys. And another thing is that Andre Ward, he did fought around 168 to 175. So coming from around the same weight that Caleb Plant fights, he would be able to give proper tips. It's not like Andre Ward is a heavyweight when he last fought, or a welterweight or a lightweight, because yeah, because let's say if he was a lightweight, if he was a smaller guy or something, then he's not going to be able to give him he's not going to be able to have the experience that Caleb Plant has had as a boxer. But yeah, it's like, let's say Julio Cesar Chavez, he would probably give him different type of tips that really would only work for a lightweight, at most a welterweight. But again, Ward, because he last fought around the same weight class as Caleb Plant, he is going to be able to give him some good tips and stuff. And obviously, Virgil Hunter, he's a great trainer. He's a great trainer. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, he's not going to beat him. Going into the fight before this new revelation, I had the odds. I had him 75 to 25 in favor of Canelo. Maybe 70-30, I'm not sure. Now I have him just 65-35 Canelo. Yeah, I would stick to that 65 to 35, not even 60 and 40. No, I would have it a good 65-35 in favor of Canelo. So yes, Caleb's chances of winning have increased, but I do not see it. I do not see it. And this is coming from someone that does not like Canelo, but I have to be realistic when it comes to the sport. When it comes to, I don't know, logic or being real, I don't see it. Well, yeah. What else can I say? What else can I say about this? Caleb Plant also is not known as a very hard puncher, and I believe that's going to be the issue. And that's a big issue when you fight Canelo, because the thing is that Canelo, he's kind of like a Mike Tyson, but just a little bit faster. No, I'm not sure if no, and I'm not gonna say he's faster, but he's smarter. He's smarter in the ring. He has more skills. He has more, just his arsenal. Like at 30 years of age, Canelo has the experience of a retired boxer. Like, he's phenomenal. He's like the most given boxer, full-fledged boxer that you could find today in the sport. He has the skills. He has everything besides speed. Though sometimes he does have good speed when he does those short bursts. When he comes in and he flinches here and there, but he has tremendous power. He has a really good chin. I mean, he was able to take some really hard shots from Golovkin, and that was like 3 years ago. By now, I don't see anyone hurting him. I mean, he's fought big guys that have not been able to grace Canelo at all. What else? What else can I say? He has so much experience, and after each and every fight, Canelo just keeps improving over and over and over. He has the chin, he has the power, he has the experience, he has just like, he has so many skills. It's just impossible to beat Canelo by today, and I just don't see anyone. The closest ones I've had were Ward, But even if Ward was to go back into the game, it's just I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, it just he would not be able to beat Canelo. It would he would have a lot of ring rust, and I don't think he would want to drain himself to 168 to fight Canelo, even at 170. I heard Ward before that if he was to come back to the sport, I think he said it a year or 2 years ago, that if he was to come back, he would probably try a cruiserweight, I believe, or heavyweight, because he said that 175 was starting to be a little bit too much for him. So 175, I mean, that's heavy. That's really heavy. And he was already saying that that was going to drain him. So I just don't see I just don't see Ward ever coming back, and especially fighting Canelo. It's not going to happen. Even if he does, he's going to lose. And him training Caleb Plant is really just going to slightly up the percentage of the chances of him winning, but it's not going to make a big difference. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.